within the province. We want to understand the provincial HRD strategy. Oh, yes, I was also reminded there are some booklets in front of you, the colorful books you can take with you. Those are the National HRD Strategy and the Master Skills Plan. And provincial. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, the other one is the provincial one. So now we are starting to look at these documents, but we will go much deeper to them tomorrow, because these documents, it's what will guide our work as the third term of HRD Council. So in then starting to look at these documents, there's a survey that we have prepared, which the main purpose is to test whether these documents really talks to the KZN context, that we did not simply take the national documents and we just duplicated them and now we call them KZN HRD strategy. So we need to check those priorities, are they aligned specifically to us as a province, and also one of the major issues is the implementation target, which is 2030. Always reminded by the Honorable Premier that when it comes to that time, will we be able to show what have we achieved from this document? And if perhaps there are areas that we need to make changes, so we have that opportunity. If we want to refocus some of the priorities, we can tell there is gap in issues of innovation, entrepreneurship. There is not enough focus in the community. We need to look at that and be able to say we could still continue and do what we are doing, but it will not have any impact. So we need to be able to say, no, there is a need. Premier called on us to think differently, to make changes where changes it's required. So we are going to request that you individually will not request your name or ID number. No, it's just questions that you complete anonymous, but they are just also really anonymous type of questions, which you just choose options, just reflect honestly in terms of where we are, where the needs to focus. And we will, as we do that, as we complete this, we will show some of the results, but we will go into details tomorrow in terms of those results, what they are telling us and where perhaps we need to reprioritize. So there is a QR code. We'll show the QR code. They told me where to press. Or there. So those that have phones that can scan, you can scan. I think we should be able to finish in 10 minutes. It's straightforward, 7, 8 questions that do not require a lot of information. But Chanika has already also, if you're not able, if you go to your emails, Chanika has already forwarded the link. So you go to the email and then you check Chanika's latest email, because I know she does send us a lot of emails, but the latest one was on this link. So you will then open and complete those questions. Just be honest and we will then have some discussions. If you need any help, you can request Zaman, it's here. You will be able to assist. Or you can just type they call it URL that is displayed there. If this QR code is not scanning. So it's email, you'll have your link there, or you go to the website http. Are we all fine, Zamani? You can assist. So IT man. Well, it seems we're fine. Okay, let's go for it. I'm also opening, I want to complete as well. Is it fine and TG if I also complete? TG? Number 2. I saw it number 2. Early learning. I saw something I was completing on early learning. I think we'll discuss. We will have a session after this. We will discuss. You will have that opportunity. Yeah. Don't worry, Memrod. We'll have a discussion. If there's something, you will raise it. Don't. It's still early. Yeah, you can show because it's live. You can show as we continue. Okay, the results are displaying as we continue. Like I said, we will not be able to go into details on them today. This will be taken up for the session tomorrow. We can give another 4 minutes or so. Okay. I think, are we all done? Is someone still busy? No, I think we're all done. Okay. Like I said, this then will take, it will inform the session tomorrow. But as you can see, the first one, which talks into issues of alignment, it does indicate to us what Premier is saying, that we do need to think differently. There is partial alignment. In terms of the one Cicero Mamrobi was talking to, which aspects should be most well strong and suited. I think it's youth employability, and the ECD does follow through as well with digital and green skills as shown there. Then which provincial issues needs to receive most agent attention? The one with 38%, still the issue of youth unemployment. So I think that's what it shows us in most of this. How ready are we as a province? So we already said it does seem like we do need digital skills and green skills, but generally we are not fully ready. There's an institution that should help us to get ready for these digital skills. Then it's the biggest implementation risk as we get to 2030, it's funding. And types of partnerships, more that the institutions needs to partner with the industry. And then what will success, what will Premier be able to stand and say, this is what we have done. In the main, it's if we then are able to become, there's 223, it's a more global competitive workforce, as well as the 223, it's we have to reduce the skills mismatch. I think we spoke a lot this morning. Moses Kotana Institute telling us of how much mismatch we are. So if we can get to 2030 and we have reduced the skills mismatch, which in its sense will also assist in reducing unemployment. So I think that's basically what it looks like in terms of going towards 2030. So this will then, if I can go out, IT. All right, thank you. This will then be analyzed much further into much clear in what needs to be done tomorrow. Thank you for now for taking the test for the survey. I want us now to go into a more deeper discussion, especially from what Mayor Ruby was saying. After now we have answered this question. I'm not sure the way we are grouped, it's not too group focused type, but we do need to take some discussion in our groups. You can just, can you call yourself group 1? I think this one can be group 2, and then group 3, and then group 4. Yeah, we can do 4 groups in terms of how we are structured. And it says your task is not to answer the questions again, but to focus on one specific aspect per group. And then we will have one person who will then report in terms of what you have discussed. All the groups were already located. I think one group will have to take 2 issues. It says the groups, group 1 focuses in the main on issues of alignment. And we already saw this issue of slightly aligned issues. And what is required, it's a issue 1, alignment strength. We are already saying we are not so good, but we need to show in terms of this, where do you think, in terms of our alignment, where is our most strong point, and where, if possible, you can come up with two, but we also need to understand where is this mismatch, where is the problem that makes us not to be aligned. Then we will have a group two, which talks into provincial priorities and look at one priority that should be strengthened. What is the main one that we think? I know Ruby already have one that we need to make sure that we protect and strengthen it, because without it, we do not have roots. We can do what we do, but we might not be able to stand. And then group three is this, group two, which is Mam Ruby and the DVC side. Then we are looking at issues on digital and green skills. Then we're talking of what, because it says we are not ready. And we already said, no, there is an institution that can help us to get us ready. So we're looking at what will make us ready. One thing that we can do to get ourselves ready for these green skills and digital skills. And then the last one there, you can take both, the issue on implementation and partnership, to say what are or what is the implementation risk, and what one most important partnership that we can do, and also tell us about the success that will show us if we do this implementation and partnership, what it is that we'll do. So when we come to a report, we should be talking of one strong HRD priority in our group, that if it's ECD or whatever priority that we want to prioritize, then what is the biggest gap, what is the biggest risk, and what is one most practical action that we can do, and what partnership is required for that to happen. I think we've been talking this all morning, that we do not need one institution to do what we do. The work that we do, it's multi-sectoral, and we need to have partnership. And you tell us what will be the success that will show that we have been successful in addressing that priority. Is that clear? Group one, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. I think we can then move our tables, our chairs, I'm sorry, so that we can come a little closer, and then we can look at this, what is the one area that we will want to prioritize. We'll leave it here so that as you discuss, then you are able to see. Please do have somebody who's going to come back and report to us as a reporter. All right. Mteto, yours needs to move this line. Yeah. Close to the second deputy chair. And then that one can move there. So there are enough chairs. We just need to move the chairs around. And then we get somebody who's going to report. If you need some help, I'm here, we can talk. The grouping, you are group 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Focusing a lot on digital and green skills. Yeah. So this is the grouping. Group 1, issue and alignment. Group 2, priorities. Group 3, green digital skills. And then the last group, they will incorporate both issues of partnerships. One of the priority remains ECD. Okay. I did indicate to some groups we do not necessarily need to completely finish. In the main, it's for us to network and get to talk. So I want us to, as we continue, incorporate the last exercise so that when we come and report, we report and including this Where is it? This one. If you could give me some 2-3 minutes attention, then I explain this last exercise. And then when we do what we do, we incorporate it, and when we come and report, we give a report on all of them. So in this exercise, we are looking at how do we build a skills revolution together. So we are asking you as a group to say, identify 1, 2, 3 priorities. Mam Ruby will be happy now that she'll be able to put a priority as well, not only group 2. So you identify 3 priorities. And then after you finish, you identify 1, 2 partners. What are the 2 partnerships that will be needed? And then lastly, what is the 1 practical action that we need to do to begin to achieve this priority? So in a sense, I think there we're saying when you come back, you report, you say by 2030, KZN HRDC has achieved what priority through what partnership, starting mainly with ECD or whatever. So in a nutshell, it's by 2030, I think I'm giving the full story. KZN should have created a clear pathway from learning to work with skills development aligned to the needs of the provincial economy. So, but even while you give that statement, you should have already tell us what are the 3 priorities that we need to be focusing on. I think we're giving an example there. Priorities is to reduce unemployment and the number of needs. Then the partnerships, we need a partnership between the government, TVET, and university, or business together with the communities. And what is the immediate action? We must create a provincial HRD. I think the Premier talked, or is it the Premier or the first Deputy Chair, who says we need to have a dashboard so we are able to see and track, and track the progress. So we should then be able to, at the end, when we come and report and say, by 2030, KZN HRDC has achieved, then we say, these priorities, improved school, reduced youth, whatever, and then it must do it through which partnership, and what is the most immediate thing. It's that we should have a dashboard to track, just for an example. Clear? Then we can incorporate those 2. Then we come back, report, then we will close. Any question? I must take it back here. So it's simply, what are the key priorities? 3 key priorities, which of course must include ECD. And what are the partnerships? And then, yeah. Okay. This I will want you to really finish, because this we'll want to take forward. So if perhaps you have not fully finished with the first one, it's fine, but let's have this, because it will help us to rethink that Premier says we need to do things differently. All right. Okay, another 20 minutes, then we'll come back and report. Thank you. All right. Can we settle and finalize?
colleagues, is everything okay? I see everyone is back online.
Hey, mute, mute, mute somebody. Mute someone. It's talking. All right. Thank you very much. The session was mainly also for us to network and get to know each other. I'm told some of the people are still new. So we will then move to the last part. It shouldn't take us more than 20 minutes. We will want the groups that are ready. If you are not ready, we can still try and allow some time tomorrow. But we now need to finish this session. We'll finish up by troubleshoot. I'm told there are other new members that needs some guidance in terms of how to access the documents that are being shared through Chanika that sends QR codes and people don't know how to download. So we'll do that in the last 5-10 minutes. Which group it's ready to report? If we can have two, it's fine. Yeah. You can come, Mrs. Ru. Yeah. How will we? Oh, the mic. If there is a mic. But, oh, group one is ready. Ma'am Rob, group one says it's fine. It's ready.
Good afternoon. The instruction was given and we responded, so I'm reporting. You know I'm ECD, so please. Good afternoon, colleagues. Group 3 was looking, the first discussion point was on digital and green, is it green skills? Something like that. We identified the gap. We said access to network, Wi-Fi and connectivity. Practical enablers, access to free Wi-Fi, collaboration and partnerships with the industry and institutions of higher learning. Higher learning refers to students who are studying with higher learning institutions. Stakeholder engagement, involve the community, then implement the plan. That was activity number 1. Activity number 2, the first priority, of course, because I was there for ECD. ECD access as the first priority. And who are possible partners? It's business, industry, and government departments. And partner number 2, NGOs and funders. Priority number 2 is again ECD training and support.
Oh.
Yes, the possible partners, ETTP SETA, SACE, HEIs, and all these are led under Department of Education. And we've got, and also other government departments that we've not mentioned, but they fall within the partners. Number 3, priority number 3, it's about infrastructure and funding. Funding. Possible partners, municipalities, stroke local government through their IDP, and COCTA and other government departments that we did not mention. So we are saying as one action that we see as a critical action is for HRDC to play a coordinated structure to avoid a haphazard kind of approach, because some government departments do not want to take accountability, even if some issues of responsibility are policy informed. So if HRDC can lead in making sure that these priorities are coordinated in an easy, authoritative approach, so that they can get to the minds, the ears, and the eyes and of every responsible partner. I thank you. My group, anything to add?
Mazibu, they are represented. Okay. All right, let's do group one. Group one seems very ready. You have a mic?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Okay, I'm speaking on behalf of Group 1. So our core question was, does the strategy speak to KZN's most pressing HRD needs? And we deciphered that yes, there is alignment. When we were looking at our one alignment strength, we saw that the strategy expanded upon national goals, dissected and refined the plans of action provided that speak to not only the national goals, but also to the NDP 2030. When we were looking at our one alignment mismatch, we saw that there were 4 omissions within the goals that led to a mismatch.
Okay.
However, these were identified and remedied through further engagements and strategizing, and thus later on within the book that was provided, it is addressed in there. So it shows that there was an alignment.
alignment. Okay.
Yes. In terms of our priorities, we also found number 1 to be ECD, and we stated, yes, clock, improve early learning and schooling outcomes. Our second was improve employability for youth, not in employment, education, or training. And then thirdly, to strengthen institutional capacity and intergovernmental coordination. Our partnerships would be the public-private partnership, and the second being through tertiary institutions and higher education. Lastly, our action would be to ensure that there is monitoring and evaluation frameworks that are put in place, but also to have a sort of a framework that allows for planning to take place, but also that holds stakeholders accountable. So you'll have a plan that's written down. However, there will be stakeholders that will be held accountable, and these are the stakeholders that you will ultimately have to address as to what is the progress that has been made within the, so that's where the monitoring and evaluation framework would come in. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Group, anything to add?
Yeah, that was the mouthful, but the ultimate outcome is for us, to reduce the unemployment and to ensure that we are moving, with the SOPA, the SONA, the provincial, where we are saying that we have an ethical and a development public service. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Are you banning the other groups? Or you are somehow fine covered? You covered? Oh, they want to go? Oh. All right, group 2. Let's hear group 2.
No, they normally say when the others have spoken, you must at least say we second the latter speakers.
Oh,
So we also second the latter speakers
okay.
in a sense that we also felt pressure that we should actually, when we look at the priorities of the province, we look at the issue of impact. Where do you start to make an impact and a long-lasting impact? And it was clear that if you need to start somewhere, you cannot then skip the ECD center portion. And that is where you have to start in order to correct everything. So also we were more focused on it. We had a long discussion, unfortunately, so we didn't finish properly and didn't tie up properly because there's quite a lot that we wanted to run through it. But also in terms of the priorities, one probably will need to add from what others have just went through. In that the biggest start that we're actually looking at was that we have to look at the establishment of a project steering committee, an ECD project steering committee that is going to assist in terms of facilitating and coordinating the work within the province in order to get this thing moving. And again, I can't see properly now. We also needed also to look at, because we realized that when you look at most ECD centers currently, they are moved from social development to Department of Education, DOE. Their biggest struggles currently that we have seen is that they struggle with the issues of funding and funding related stuff. And as such, the biggest hurdle that you find that they face is the issues of compliance and mainly non-compliance. So they get rejected because of such. So if you say that you're going to focus in that area, then you have to deal with the issues of compliance and ensure that you develop a proper toolkit that will be given to all the ECD centers, and those toolkit can actually help them to be able to self-correct whilst we are still progressing with other issues that they have to deal with within that space. I can't see the third one. I didn't write here.
Must be Chanika's handwriting.
The handwriting is like, I remember that whilst I was still at school somewhere, Prof. Zulu, may his soul rest in peace. He looked at my handwriting and then he said to me with a very small voice, Mr. Ngomo, your handwriting is like a series of signatures.
Signatures.
So right now I'm looking sort of like a series of. Yeah, okay. So the third one will be to identify priority wards where we actually have to start.
The what?
Yes. Now, what we were actually looking at is that when you look at the landscape of KZN, not all places are the same. You find that, like, you'll find some wards in far rural areas that are highly impoverished as compared to some within the cities here. And now, because of location and the access to finance and funds and incomes, the financial part then becomes an access issue, where you find that most of such kids, they do not have the opportunity to attend to because they lack the issue of funding. So when you compare these areas, that you will find that most of kids that are located with highly impoverished areas, they do not attend ECD, and the limiting factor, it is the financial part. So when you implement such strategies and then you just use a blanket approach, that blanket approach then it continues to disadvantage those ones that are found in those highly impoverished areas. So whatever strategy that we should implement should be sensitive to saying that whilst we are moving towards what others call an equal society, but we are not equal right now. So our strategy should start at the bottom and then we then equalize. So that is our approach. And then we then said by 2030, KZN Human Resource Development Council must have achieved at least 90% compliance, starting with your highly impoverished areas like the rural areas. And that is our target that we're actually putting there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No, yeah, but it does deserve that clap, especially the emphasis on the impoverished communities. Um, do you want? Or you fine? Oh, you can go. You can go.
All right. No, thank you. Group 4.
Group
We-
4. Yeah.
Yeah, we're tasked with two questions there.
Hmm.
All right. I won't dwell much on ECD. I think it has been, it has been discussed broadly. We concur with everything. Actually, we are covered.
Okay.
But we also touched on the issue of youth, not in education, employment, and training employability. There we have identified a gap or a risk of the skills mismatch. But what we need to do first, as a priority, we need to identify and align skills in terms of the demand of that particular area. And then we establish the skill centers in each district according to their respective economic activities. I think that is very important to actually look at. Say in the northern part of the region, if we have economic activities like agriculture and logistics, we need to focus so that even if we engage with investors and people that are interested in doing business, at least we direct them in terms of their interest. If there is tourism, we need to invest more on tourism and establish, establishments that or training institutions that are going to help and invest more on tourism so that it will align and people in that particular area would not have to move to the cities. Instead they need to stay in their areas, which will then make even the cost of living, better for them. Because if you have to travel all the way from Ngwavuma to Durban just for employment, when you can actually deal with your agricultural activities there, use your amarula there, and produce whatever you can produce and sell, be directed to the correct market, because what we understand here, we are talking about the youth that is not in education, that is not in employment. And then one thing that we also identify is the issue of counseling and coaching. Before you can actually take a person to a classroom, you deal with a person that is demoralized already, that has lost hope. What do you do in terms of coaching and awareness so that actually you bring hope and revive the spirit of that person so that he can understand that I'm a normal being and I'm able to do things, So there is one area that we have identified. So zoning, it's very important to understand the zoning, that in this area, this is what is active. Here is mining, and then we know that mining industries will go there, and then people in that area should understand so that they benefit, from that area. Yeah. So there, obvious, the partnership or the leading partner there, we still emphasize that HRD Council, because at least it's able to combine different structures. You're able to get mining, business people here, you get academia, you get all sorts of partners. One area that we also mentioned is the issue of a curriculum that is driven by industry.
Okay.
Because what is lacking is that maybe higher education, they decide on their own, to say these are the skills and all that without actually looking and doing this actual analysis in certain areas. So is the curriculum that is driven by industry, and this will then help as a one success factor. By 2030, we believe that there will be a reduced number of youth in not in education, employment, and training. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Issues on curriculum, counseling, coaching, and care. It does seem a lot around what you were saying. Rural development needs some attention in terms of what we need to do. I've been advised that we will continue tomorrow. If you still will want some more time, we will give some time tomorrow. Then at this point, I will want to call Zaman. You ready? As we close, you will want to help us with some technical aspects on how do we deal with Teams meetings, Zoom meeting. Okay.
Greetings to the chairperson, and I would like to write on the protocol which has been established. So mine is very short. It's going to be a few minutes. I've been given a task to assist, maybe more especially council members who have recently joined and who are not in acquaintance with some of the way documents are shared and how meetings are, when meetings are joined. So we are going to look at just two things, the QR codes and the links, and also Microsoft Teams. So as a disclaimer, I'm not a trainer in any shape or form and not certified of anything, but we'll just assist each other for the fundamentals of these platforms as we work with them on daily basis. So when one receives an invite to a meeting, the invite will go directly to your calendar. So you double click on your calendar, and then it will show you this option of joining the meeting. Okay. So when you join the meeting, it will give you this option. There's an option where if you don't have an account for Microsoft, it will give you an option to continue on the web browser. And then when you click on that option, it will allow you to come inside the meeting as a guest, where you will put your name and surname, and you will join the meeting as a guest. Okay, let's allow. Yeah, there is it. So it's going to allow me to join as a guest, and then I can be accepted in the meeting. And then option B is the one of joining through the Microsoft Teams app, which will require my Microsoft account, of which I'm already in possession of the Microsoft account. And then when I click on it, it's going to show the open, and then it's going to open the Teams app, and yeah, there's it. I'm already inside the Microsoft Teams app. And then maybe as some of the most common challenges that one would experience during Teams meeting, when someone maybe might have maybe we might be hearing what's happening inside the meeting, and we might not be they might not be getting through to the meeting when commenting. So this is the mic, and this is the camera. And some of the devices, they will have a closure for the camera. You find that your camera is on, but they can't see you. This is where you turn it on, and then and also just to caution, when we are on Teams meetings, when your camera is on, usually it consumes more data. So if you are using data which is not an uncapped data, So it might be consuming more than it actually consumes when it's only your voice going through. And this is another important one. When you go to the more section, this is where you set your audio settings. For instance, when I go to audio settings, let's say maybe you have your earphones connected. When you have any other source of sound input or output, which is like a speaker or microphone, and then what the system does, it will add an additional sound input or output source. For instance, the computer will refer to the computer speaker as speaker. This is the one. But here we connected another device which links it to the main sound system. So if sometimes you are in a Teams meeting and you have another device which is also in a sound input or output, you would have to select the input or output sound device from this section in Microsoft Teams. So you find that maybe you have your earphones connected, but you don't want to listen to the meeting through earphones. This is where you select which output source you want to use. And same goes for the microphone. So when you connect your earphones, earphones will have a microphone. So if you want to continue using the microphone, the built-in microphone from the device, this is the one you select. And this is the one which is an external. So if maybe a delegate is connecting in a public space and you want to cut out the background, this is where you do your settings. This is where you can put your background picture, or you blur out the background, and the meeting will only see your face, not what's behind you. And these are the other reaction tools. If maybe you need to raise your hand and ask a question during the meeting, this is where you will go. And then let's move across to the section of the sharing of documents for the council. Usually they are going to share with you like how it happened today. You'll receive a QR code where you must scan the QR code to access the documents. So some of the council members, if maybe you have a device which is slightly older than the devices we use now, so what will happen is you'll open your camera, because your camera is by default, if the device is new, by default the camera is connected to a QR code scanner. So when you open your camera and point it to a QR code, so what it does is, as we saw, when you're pointing to a QR code, it will automatically show a link which is linked to the QR code. When you click on the link, which will appear on the screen just after showing your camera to the QR code, and then you will click the link to access the documents, and then it will take you to wherever the QR code will lead you. Sometimes you will receive the meeting request and have to join it through the QR code. Sometimes you'll receive documents through the QR code. You scan the QR code, it takes you to the cloud, and you download the QR code. And also because of the current platform we are using, some other colleagues will receive when you receive the QR code and the link, this one, for instance, this one. If you receive this link, others will Google the code. But the current platform we are using, if you search for the link on Google, you are not going to get the documents. You have to type them here in this section because it's a URL. So you take the URL and you put it where you put your website in order to get access to whatever resource is being shared by Secretariat. So this is how we gain access to it. And I think this is just about it as far as the fundamentals. I think the Secretariat will assist us in terms of any other further questions or questions of clarity. So if ever council members need any further assistance, they can speak to Ms. Chanika Peters, and then they can link us with a council member who would be of assistance at any time. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any question? I remember this QR code when I saw them for the first time. SG. Oh my word. I was in a restaurant somewhere, another country. So I'm sitting, I'm told I can place an order. Now I'm waiting for a waiter to come. No waiter is coming. They say, place an order. Everything is in the table there. I walked out hungry because I was angry. But I need somebody. So very, very important to get these things. Okay. I think we will continue with this as we have other challenges, Mr. Mteto, and then we will address them as we continue. But just to note, all your documents will come through a QR code, and you need to. It's like now you are saying you need to point the camera to the QR code, and he's pointing a camera to a QR code inside the laptop. So yeah, those are some of the challenges, but we are here to assist and work together. So colleagues, with that, it takes us to end of day one. Tomorrow, we'll start at 9 o'clock, according to the program. It says we are here at 9. Please note the tea outside. Government, we do not leave if something has been prepared, because then we say it's fruitless. We do not want that. So even if you just grab a scone or something, so that we avoid fruitless. So colleagues, thanks you very much. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock sharp. Thank you. Hey, QR codes.